Well, that's more like it. That's more like it. The White Sox with a victory against the Kansas City Royals. This is our recap of the White Sox and their victory against Kansas City. I'm Jonathan Hood in for my buddy David Kaplan, and this is our recap of the Sox win over Kansas City by the score of 4-2. Lucas Giolito, the starter for the White Sox, he pitched with a ruthless aggression. I liked what I saw there from Lucas Giolito. It reminded me of old Giolito. He hits a strikeout and he moves his shoulder around. You could just tell that there was a little bit of a burr in his saddle. You could tell watching the game that he was really locked in, changing the eye level, high fastballs, moving the ball around. And Kansas City hitters had a hard time getting to Lucas Giolito, so I like that a lot. I also like the offense from Andrew Vaughn. Could Andrew Vaughn be this generation's Paul Konerko? Hit a home run in the game on Tuesday, flexed his power. We've seen that a number of times in a White Sox uniform for Andrew Vaughn. But what's great about Andrew is that he doesn't have to look over his shoulder. He has to wonder, like, is someone going to take my outfield spot, or is someone going to take my DH spot? Is someone going to take my first base spot? No, it's yours, Andrew. And so with Jose Abreu now with the Houston Astros, here's an opportunity for Vaughn to really showcase what he can do. And I'm wondering whether or not he's going to lead this team in home runs and or RBIs. That would be great to see. I'm an Andrew Vaughn fan. I look forward to seeing more and more of him being able to lead for this White Sox team. There was a tweet from Herb Lawrence, big-time White Sox fan, that I want to ask you about. So you notice in this game, there was no Tim Anderson. And I'm wondering, are some of these Sox hitters or some of these Sox players, are they rehabbing while they're playing for the White Sox? Like, no one's 100%. Even in May, no one's 100%. But you notice that Tim Anderson was out in the lineup. And again, he is a straw that stirs the drink for the White Sox. And Herb kind of wondered out loud on Twitter, are some of these players for the Sox coming back to the ball club, not 100%, playing a few games and sitting out, playing a few games and sitting out? I mean, it's not the NBA. There's no time to, kind of have rest days, play a few days and then be out of the lineup. I wonder about that with Tim Anderson and some of the other White Sox players. So I want to get your comments on that here on YouTube. But all in all, I was really happy with the White Sox. It was a bounce-back win. Last night we were talking about Dylan Cease and how Dylan Cease is the ace of this staff, but didn't pitch like it. But Giolito pitched like an ace against Kansas City on Tuesday. I want to get your comments on the White Sox and their victory 4-2 against the Kansas City Royals. I'm Jonathan Hood in for David Kaplan, and that's the recap of the White Sox as they look to win the series tomorrow. Let's see if they can do it. Take that, Kansas City and Chewbacca.